I know many of us have are accustomed to country life in Jamaica. Uh, Many of us are accustomed to country life, as it were. If you live in Kingston, I'm sorry for you. But growing up as a little boy, between I had a lot of freedom because I was the only boy. And Sonia, sorry if you watch this, Um, but I was the only boy among three ladies. And so Sonia was always responsible for me. So she took care of me. I don't even know if she remembers, but she generally cook and make sure it's a food the home for me. Make sure food that me, that me leave and go beach and so forth and come back, food up on the table for me. And she protect it. And she don't know says she protected for me, but I do know that. All right, thanks, Sonia. As a little boy, I wasn't very restricted. I could go pretty much, away from home from an early age. While my sisters, if them leave, them get them butts whooped. But I had the pleasure of going pretty much, go shoot bird, go look mango. Mango season is always one of those seasons that you cherish because you get, mango was not just something that you eat for fun. Mango was also meal. If you don't have food, mangoes really provide that for you to a meal. And so, we used to go very far, go look mango. But my mom was very, very supportive of me going to mango, because she loved mango bad. She wanted me to go and get whole heap of mango so she can eat the whole day. She just put the bucket in front of her and put the mangoes in water and just start eat mangoes. That's how she eat mangoes, or she ate mangoes. And so, going to the bush and you spend the whole day looking for mangoes. We have blackie, stringy, cherry, butter. What else? Turpentine. Green gate, all different kinds. Number 11 mango. You remember number 11? These are what we call bush mango. Because you have some people with like Julie mango tree that we are sweetie mango tree. Those are exquisite type, exclusive mangoes. But the bush mango, them, we would go very far. There's one mango called kidney that we never ate because it always have maggot in it. No matter what. Anytime you get your ripe mango, a kidney mango, it's rotten from the inside. No matter how look pretty on the outside. Okay. And so, we always go out. I always was able to leave the house. So if it's not mango, we go look. We go shoot bird in a bird season. We go out to get locust. Locust is a little bit of greenish thing. Even when it ripe, it green, but it falls off the tree, and hundreds of thousands of them on one big tree. Hundreds of thousands of locusts would fall, and you go and pick them up and put them in a container. And it's belly full, It's meal also. We go to look coconut. We go to look orange. Orange was much farther as a little boy. And banana. So I have a friend named Ashi, and him can attest to this because he and I used to go into the banana walk and just get a. We looked for the ripe banana on the tree. So because they weren't cutting bananas for a while, we could go into these banana plantations, and the Gros Michel would be ripening on the tree. And so we'd go with a bread and a box of orange juice, and we'd sit down and eat banana and bread for a long time, because as I said, food was the big thing for us. Breadfruit season, me and Ashley again would go and pick breadfruit in a bush and just bring it and put it in a big fire and roast breadfruit and eat breadfruit. breadfruit with butter, breadfruit with salt. We don't need anything, and we don't need anything much to eat breadfruit. Breadfruit was just a good bellyful, thing for us. Fruit. We don't go looking for jackfruit. That was very unusual. But jackfruit was around, but we had a couple of people with jackfruit trees on there. But you don't go for those because those are unique. Too scarce, too scarce. And so I got a lot of opportunities to go. I also had opportunities to go to the movies. Now, in my community, the movie theater, right, was at Sanders Lawn. Okay, so the movie theater was Christmas community, what they call it again, Coney Island spot. It was a dance hall spot, so anytime dance keep. It was community events. It was gambling then. It was everything that everybody wants to do, but it was just a structure. It was built with wood frame, and then they put zinc around it, all around it. So zinc at top and zinc all around it. So when I would go to movies, sometimes you go to the movies and you don't have any money, and so there's always this one spot in the zinc where 5, 6 of us will stand up until movie start, and then we lift the zinc and crawl in. And the big guys themselves, they don't bother with us. Them all right. A little boy, we don't have no money. So them allow us to come in. But if we get caught, them just push us out. So you go. Movie going was an experience. So let me tell you a little bit about movie. It was at Sanders Lawn, as I said. So when you go to the movies, it's from 6 o'clock. The people who sell orange and banana and coconut and what else, and dokunu and all them something, they come early to set up on this piazza, and then Mr. Young, the movie man, Mr. Young, he used to come around with his double feature on a Sunday night or a Wednesday night, and we would go to the movies. The one thing why I said the movies was interesting is because, we watch a lot of cowboy shows, but when there's a dopey show, we call it, right? Horror movie. Boy, I'm telling you, those are very scary days for me. So between my yard and the movie theater is about a quarter mile. And there's no house on the left. No, well, there's probably 1 or 2 houses on the left, but they're far up away from the street. To the right, going towards the movie, is a banana plantation. So, and then there is no light from my yard to the movie theater. No light, absolutely darkness. So, I remember a couple of nights I would go to the movies and I can't go back home because it's a horror movie, and I don't want to brave the dark because I don't know what's gonna happen. Jamaica wicked bad enough and create some stories, boy, I tell you. And so when a ghost show or a horror film is shown, as you walk down that dark, if you're walking by yourself, anything that moves, you're gone, right? It's like Donald Quarry style, and so, but sometimes I wouldn't go on because it was that bad. And then I had my friend Ashy, who I would pay like a 5 cent or a 10 cent to take me home, take me right to my door. He'll take me right to my door. And then I don't know how I'm not afraid because I'm have to walk back, go back a female yard. It's funny. But yeah, so I had the pleasure of going away from home in the daytime, either go to beach, go fishing, go diving. The one time that we all would leave the house was when, there's no water in our community. So the only water available for sometimes weeks at a time is at the river. The river is 1 mile away. And so there's wash day that I hate, wash day, where the two families, my family and the Laws family would pack stuff in a wash pan, and then we'd walk. I am the only boy in my family, so I get to carry the wash pan on my head, right, to the river. And you have to go down Rockabessa Hill and go round a crossroad and down to the river. And then we'll be at the river for the whole day. They would spread out the thing, the clothes them on trees or shrubs or something like that, while as a boy and my sister Sharon would be gone upstream looking for fish and shrimp. We call them swims. So looking for muddy fish and swims, and Sharon was very good at catching swims, and we'd catch them. Sometimes we let them go because we can't cook them, so we just catch them just to catch sake and then let them go. But if it's me and the boys that go down then we go down to catch big muddy, and we catch them and carry them and fry and stuff, roast or fry. But when you go on for wash day, and I remember you'd have like 4 or 5 women at different parts in the river washing, either scripting or they're using that piece of wood, there's a piece of wood that you put in the pudding pan and you rub the clothes against the wood. I don't know what it name, but that's what we used to. The down part of my days when we have to go home, because river is always fine. But I always have in the back of my mind that me and the boy and me about carry the clothes go back home. But now when we are coming, the clothes them dry, them not heavy, so it's okay to put the pan on my head and carry it to the river. But when you're coming back home, the clothes just half dry. It's not even dry, it's still soaked, still have water in it. And so all of that has to go on top of my head. And I have to walk a mile. Mama wicked as a man. That woman is a man. Love her, you see. But I had to carry that pail home. Not that my other sister them not carry nothing, but me carry everyone. Come here, man. And so those that was rough for me in the daytime when there's wash day. So the lack of water caused a lot of spin-off things that you don't necessarily want, and that's one of them, because we had to walk far, go catch water at night morning time, or walk far, go wash, and most people don't want to admit this, but sometimes you go to your bed without bed, but I've grown it upon. So, but the thing is, you don't have any water, and the thing is, sometimes during the summer you get rain, and so the rain come and you set your jump on for catch rainwater, right? And that's supposed to be water to shower with, or to do other things. Sometimes mosquito catch it up and you see whole heap of mosquito fly around in night, or a dance around in the larva dancing around in the water and stuff. But that water was never for drinking. May use it to shower, but I don't know. Not shower, but to bathe. And so pretty much, that was what my boyhood as a matter of coming up in the yard. We always, and I tell you a story one time, right? There's a man by the name of Baba Stedman. I just remember this story here. Baba Stedman was a good friend of my mother's. And Baba Stedman used to pass every day. He went to the banana, and I remember this very distinctly. I reminded my mom, and she said, I remember that day. And Baba Stedman loved me. As a little boy, he would pass by and he'd come and bring stuff to me, whether a toy or something that he picks up on the street or whatever, and say, Leo, come here, boy, come here, boy. So he called me, boy. And then I'd go over to him and give me, well, I remember one day he gave me some paradise plum. And kids and sweetie, right? So Baba Stedman, I remember him stooping down to give me the paradise plum. And he said, oh, Pam, watch out, Pam. And he said, boy, give me back one of the candy, no? I said, no, you give me this already. That's mine. Not your none. He said, what a boy, what a ras boy. Greedy. But I love food, and you shouldn't give me and I ask me back for it. So I run with it, I run down in my house. I always remember Baba Stedman. He died right in front of me too. And so one of those boyhood stories. Thank you for watching. More to come, all right? Because we're gonna move away from my boyhood stories and move into adulthood, teens and all that stuff. So follow me. All right.